Hey everybody, welcome back. It is almost time for the next Hall of Forms revival vote to end. We got about 2 days left, so not a terribly large amount of time. And so far, it seems like relatively a lock for two in terms of the top two, but the bottom two are in a bit of a runoff. And we'll take a look at the actual numbers here in just a minute. So the votes have gone up just a smidgen, less than 10 difference since I was able to grab the data for it. But that is pretty much what the English poll looks like. This is what the Japan poll looks like. So you can see it's honestly pretty similar. I voted for both, by the way. I am hoping that Valentia pulls through this time. Hopefully. We all know that the last one got botted, so that was really dumb. But overall, I think Valentia is probably the stronger option here. Both EN and JP accounts kind of in agreement in terms of everything. But this 2 and 3 here are really, really tight. But overall, it is literally the same scope, just with slightly different numbers. So the ones that we have up right now are basically Fallen Valentia, which is what I call it, Lalanya Gang, which is, you know, this group, Winter's Blade, which is a new addition, and then also Spooky Stones, which was added last time as well. Unfortunately, we did lose Spring Pala, which feels bad, but hey, it is what it is. This is who we have up this time. This is what the actual numbers look like. Okay. So as I said, Fallen Valentia, when I pulled that, it was at 14,808. It's at like 14,815 now. So not anything different. Usually these polls last a decent chunk of time. Once you get to about mid, it's pretty much looking like what it's going to be. So if you take everything added up here, and again, the EN votes are usually more bountiful than what the JP ones are. We have the percentages here, which is what those polls show us, but it's not actually the percentages that do anything. What actually chooses the revival is the total number of votes between the two accounts. So we got to take the percentages by the total amounts and then break those down individually, and that's what we have here. Okay, so the rerun that's looking like a pretty sure rerun is going to be Fallen Valentia. The return that's looking like a pretty solid return is going to be Spooky Stones. Now, what does that mean? The next one is going to return, and then the last one is going to be removed, unfortunately. Only one can win, one will go away, 2 will remain in voting purgatory. Sometimes for a really long time. Looking at you, Mythic Mirror fans. So right now, we're separated by like 150 votes. It's not a lot. So it could still go either way. So if you haven't voted yet, and you have a strong feeling about either the Lalanya Gang banner or the Winter's Blade banner, you should probably vote now. I think overall, if everything were to end now, this is how it would look. And it's likely how it will look, again, pending any kind of like insane either natural or artificial support burst happening from here on out. The Winter's Blade banner is likely going to get removed, and then we'll see Lalanya Gang and Spooky Stones show up in the next poll. So that means that this group would be coming back. Okay, this group would be coming back. This group would likely be going away. Winter's Blade. And then this group here should be winning, which is great because I could really use another Sonya copy. I'm a big Sonya believer over here. But overall, you know, things could still change a little bit, specifically in the 3rd and 4th categories. I think the one that has the most potential, well, the least potential, I guess, is a safer way of putting it, I think that the Winter's Blade is likely less in terms of potential. Winter Jafar could be cool. Let's be honest, more than likely the rearmed dagger is what he would want anyway. That's what most units are probably going to want, even if he did end up getting a preferred or whatever. I don't know. Winter Nino is probably the strongest option out of there. Cav daggers in general just need like so much help. It physically hurts. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. All these things here. I think this one has the least amount of potential. This one, specifically with Bronya, has a pretty high potential cap. And I think that the smart thing to do would be to kind of leave this one in hoverance for a little while. And then just kind of wait and see. Honestly, like, depending on what Bronya's Refine looks like specifically, we all know kind of what the blue rearmed tome would more or less look like. Not that you could really get that in Hall of Forms Revival anyway, but say you got, you know, a bunch of really good passives and you wanted to give a rearm skill to your Forma, you know, that would be a thing. But I think more than likely Bronya's Refine is going to be like pretty solid. Blue tomes have a good history of aging relatively pretty well. So ideally, I think we're kind of set up in the perfect timeline here, where Fallen Valentia kind of got shortchanged last time, again, due to artificial means. And then we have, you know, two pretty high potential banners as far as Bronya, and then also Halloween La Rochelle. And even, honestly, Spring Marissa would also be probably a pretty decent pick in the future, too. I feel like those have good potential, and so having them come back might be a good thing. So with all that said, we know kind of theoretically what the two coming back would look like. What does the next round of voting look like? It looks like this. This is what the next voting option would be. So we have our two return banners, and then we're joined by Tellius. Hooray! This one, pretty solid. Okay. This one, whoa. This one has very, very high potential. Number one, you've got Brave Micaiah. Number two, you've got Fallen Ike. Third, you've got Nisala, who is still, honestly, one of the better Grail options that new and older players alike can kind of benefit from. Soth is there too, so. But hey, 3 out of 4 imp. Here, I think it's pretty much about Ashnard for the most part. Dancer Neff, also pretty solid. I feel like the other two kind of fall off. I'm not terribly familiar with what Bride Soniki does, or I guess Flower Girl Soniki. That makes me feel better, genuinely, saying Flower Girl Soniki. I feel like these two are probably stronger banner options than this one. So genuinely speaking, we'll see a clash out for probably these two. This will probably get a revote, and then this one may fall off. It's tough to choose. They're all really good banners, and it's tough to say, you know, but hopefully we have some more refines by that point. This particular poll should be taking place in, I think, April? No, March? April? May? I don't know. It's June. Could be June. Who knows? But anyway, this is the next poll. That's all you really need to know. And that's more likely what it will look like, unless, again, something terribly tragic happens up here. So yay! Fallen Valentia for the win, which means Sonya. Yay, hopefully. And then some other stuff too. Fallen Silica is also pretty good. Berkut. Althea, all really good options, so I hope this banner wins. Anywho, that's the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, leave a like. And that's it for now. So thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.